Remember when sneaking into the Tipton Hotel felt like the ultimate dream? When twin troublemakers Zack and Cody turned hotel halls into playgrounds? And we all secretly wanted to hang out with Maddie at the candy counter? Or get a room check from Mr. Mosby? Well, buckle up, because we're taking you on a wild ride back to the sweet life of Zack and Cody. We're revealing what the cast looks like now and what they're up to, and how far they've come since their Disney days. From red carpets to rom-coms, Broadway stages to superhero shows, this cast has done it all. Some disappearing for a while, and some, they've become major stars with millions of followers and jaw-dropping glow-ups. So where are your favorite Tipton residents today? Who's making movies in Hollywood? Who's voicing animated legends? And who's become completely unrecognizable? Let's find out. Dylan Sprouse as Zack Martin. Back in 2005, he was the troublemaker twin with a messy room, a never-ending appetite for candy, and a one-liner for every situation. Yep, we're talking about Zack Martin from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Blonde hair, cheeky grin, and a wardrobe straight out of the early 2000s. That was Dylan Sprouse, stealing hearts and making us laugh at just 13 years old. Fast forward to 2024, and Dylan is still stealing the spotlight, but this time it's on a red carpet instead of a hotel lobby. He's now 32, rocking a sharper jawline, longer hair, and a more mature, artsy vibe that makes you do a double take. Oh, and that Disney charm, still very much intact. While most of us were wondering what snack to grab next, Dylan was already building an empire. Aside from acting in thrillers like Dismissed in 2017, rom-coms like Banana Split, and steamy hits like After We Collided in 2020, he also opened his own meadery. Yep, he brews his own medieval-style honey wine. Because why not? In 2024, he lit up the screen again in Aftermath and Beautiful Wedding, proving he's still got that on-screen magic. Oh, and did we mention he's got 8.9 million followers watching his every move on Instagram? From hotel halls to Hollywood Heights, Zack Martin grew up, and honestly, he's thriving. Cole Sprouse as Cody Martin. Remember the sweet, nerdy twin who always had his nose in a book? Yep, Cody Martin was the guy who could ace a science quiz, solve a mystery, and still make time to clean up after his wild brother, all while living in a hotel. At just 13, the younger half of the Sweet Life duo, by a whole 15 minutes, had already charmed millions with his dorky ties, neatly parted hair, and lovable sarcasm. But oh, how times have changed. By the time The Sweet Life on Deck wrapped in 2011, Cole took a step back from acting, not to fade out, but to level up. He went full scholar mode at NYU, majoring in archaeology. Yes, really, the guy could probably find lost civilizations. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. In 2017, he re-entered the spotlight in the hit series Riverdale as the brooding Jughead Jones, a far cry from Cody's clean-cut image. The beanie became iconic, the internet fell hard, and suddenly the once brainy twin was a dark teen heartthrob. In 2024, he's still booking big roles, from Lisa Frankenstein to I Wish You All the Best, and has a 2025 thriller, The Rivals of Amziah King, on the way. Now 32, he's rocking a more rugged, artsy look, and with 30 million Instagram followers, he's clearly got a whole new fan base hanging on every moody selfie. From homework helper to Hollywood heavyweight, what a glow-up. Brenda Song as London Tipton. Who could forget the hilariously clueless heiress who thought Tipton was a country and poor was a type of fabric? Yep, back in 2005, London Tipton had us all in stitches with her wild fashion, over-the-top tantrums, and somehow always getting things right in the wrongest way. Brenda Song played the role so perfectly, it's still impossible to hear the word "yay me" without smiling. But before she became Disney royalty, she was already hustling. This girl was on our screens as early as 1995, making guest appearances in shows like Thunder Alley and Fudge. She won a Young Artist Award for the Ultimate Christmas Present in the year 2000, and then stole hearts as Wendy Wu, the martial arts kicking queen of 2006. Then came the Sweet Life era, 2005 to 2011, and London became the fashion icon of every hotel lobby and teenage sleepover. And Brenda, she didn't stop climbing. She broke out of the Disney bubble with a major role in the Oscar-winning The Social Network in 2010, popped up in New Girl, Scandal, Dads, and lent her voice to the lovable Anne in Amphibia from 2019 to 2022. Then came Hulu's Dollface, some thrillers, some rom-coms, and even a creepy horror game, The Quarry, in 2022. Yes, she survives. Maybe. Now in 2024, she's glowing at 37, fresh off The Last Showgirl and back on screens in Netflix's Running Point, 2025 to present. Her vibe? Sophisticated, confident, and still totally fabulous. Just with more designer power suits than tiaras. With 2.5 million fans still following her every move, she's definitely not done shining. Ashley Tisdale as Maddie. After London Tipton's wild wardrobe changes and hotel chaos, someone had to bring a little sanity and sarcasm to the Tipton Hotel. Enter the candy counter queen herself, Maddie Fitzpatrick. Ashley Tisdale nailed the role of the smart, hardworking hotel employee from 2005 to 2008, giving every over-the-top London moment the perfect dose of eye-roll energy. But before she was serving snacks at the Tipton, this powerhouse was already in the game, starring in over 100 commercials and taking on roles in TV and theater as a kid. Then came her golden Disney era. Right after The Sweet Life, she stepped into the sparkly heels of Sharpay Evans in High School Musical from 2006 to 2008, becoming the ultimate drama queen and a fan favorite overnight. The fame led her to launch her music career, and her debut album, Headstrong, in 2007, didn't just drop, it went gold. And the voice of Candace from Phineas and Ferb? Yep, also her. From 2007 all the way to 2015. And guess what? She's back in 2025 for more. Ashley didn't just stay in front of the camera. She created Blondie Girl Productions in 2008 and started making waves behind the scenes too, producing shows like Misadvised and Young and Hungry. Fast forward, and she's kept it going strong with roles in Hellcats, Clipped, Carol's Second Act, and even The Masked Dancer. Her 2019 album, Symptoms, gave us a more personal, grown-up side of her music, and she's been open about her journey every step of the way. Now, at 39, with over 16 million fans still tuning in on Instagram, she's rocking motherhood, business, and bold fashion like a total boss. From candy counter to queen of her own empire, Maddie definitely came out on top. Phil Lewis as Mr. Marion. Just when the Tipton Hotel couldn't get any wilder, Mr. Marion Mosby stepped in with his perfectly pressed suit, iconic one-liners, and eternal frustration with the Martin twins. He wasn't just the hotel manager, he was the order in all that chaos. And let's be real, no one shouted, "No running in my lobby," with more authority and flair. But long before Lewis ran a fictional hotel, he was already building a rock-solid career in Hollywood. His film debut came in the 1988 dark comedy Heathers, and by the early 2000s, he was leading his own sitcom Teach in 1991. While that show was short-lived, his talent definitely wasn't. Over the years, he's popped up in a ton of TV favorites: Friends, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, How I Met Your Mother, Scrubs, and Lizzie McGuire, just to name a few. And if you blinked, you might have missed him in movies like City Slickers in 1991, Bowfinger in 99, and Kicking and Screaming in 2005. Of course, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody from 2005 to 2008, and its sequel, Sweet Life on Deck from 2008 to 2011, made him a household name. But what many fans don't realize is just how versatile he is behind the camera, too. Phil Lewis has directed episodes of hit shows like One Day at a Time, The Neighborhood, and iCarly. Now at 57, he's still got that sharp wit and timeless charm, just with a few more credits under his belt and a whole lot of respect in the industry. From strict hotel manager to real-life directing pro, Mr. Mosby's glow-up is one for the books. Kim Rhodes as Carrie Martin. Remember the super cool single mom who juggled raising twins and singing at the Tipton Hotel with a hairdo that could survive a hurricane? Yep, we're talking about Carrie Martin, played by the effortlessly charming Kim Rhodes. She wasn't just Zack and Cody's mom, she was every kid's dream adult. Supportive, sassy, and always ready to throw in a life lesson or a killer high note. But before stepping into the wild world of hotel chaos in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Rhodes had already made waves in the soap opera world. She played Cindy Harrison on Another World from 1996 to 1999 and As the World Turns from 2000 to 2001, showing off her serious dramatic chops long before she was making jokes about elevator mishaps at the Tipton. After wrapping up her time in the Sweet Life universe, including guest appearances in The Sweet Life on Deck, Rhodes took a sharp turn into the supernatural. Literally, she joined Supernatural as fan favorite Sheriff Jody Mills, proving she could handle ghosts, demons, and teenage boys without breaking a sweat. Her role was so popular that CW nearly gave her a spin-off, Wayward Sisters. While it didn't get picked up, fans consider her a legend in the fandom. She also popped up in Criminal Minds Beyond Borders in 2017, Criminal Minds in 2018, and more recently Kung Fu from 2022 to 2023, continuing to show off her versatility. Now 56, she's still got that signature spark, with 544,000 Instagram followers cheering her on. Whether it's nailing dramatic scenes or dropping parenting wisdom in sitcoms, Kim Rhodes proves she's always been more than just the mom next door. Brian Stefanik as Arwen Hawkhauser. Who remembers the quirky, bumbling, lovable maintenance man from the Tipton Hotel who could fix just about anything except his own love life? Yep, that's Arwen Hawkhauser, the walking toolkit with a heart of gold, played by none other than Brian Stefanik. Back in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Arwen stole scenes with his wild inventions, awkward crush on Carrie, and over-the-top antics that made every hotel meltdown even more hilarious. But Brian's talents go far beyond tripping over mop buckets and building elevators that probably shouldn't exist. Just before his Disney Channel fame, he had a brief role in the sci-fi film The Island in 2005. And if you blinked, you might have missed him popping up in Hatching Pete and the spooky fun, mostly ghostly, as the ghostly villain Fears. He even got his own mini-show called Brian O'Brien, a hilarious silent comedy filmed all the way in Milan, Italy. Talk about an international slapstick. But post-Tipton, he didn't slow down one bit. From 2014 to 2018, he played Tom Harper, the overwhelmed dad of quadruplets, on Nickelodeon's hit Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn. And fans of the Loud House definitely know his voice as the lovable dad Lynn Loud Sr., a role he's carried from cartoon to live action in A Loud House Christmas and The Really Loud House from 2022 to present. Now 54, Brian still brings the same chaotic energy and lovable charm that made Arwen unforgettable. Whether animated or live action, he's kept fans laughing for decades. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. Allison Stoner as Max, the smooth, confident, dance floor dominating bestie of Zack and Cody. Yeah, the one who could pop, lock, and drop better than anyone at the Tipton Hotel. That scene stealer was played by Allison Stoner, a total Disney Channel icon. And let's just say Max had moves way ahead of her time. But long before outdancing everyone in the Tipton ballroom, Allison was already making waves. In 2001, they co-hosted Mike's Super Short Show, delivering movie facts with more sass than most adults could handle. And just 2 years later, they became part of another iconic family, starring as Sarah, one of the chaotic dozen in Cheaper by the Dozen in 2003, and its sequel in 2005. While most Disney kids stuck to acting, Allison turned the volume up, literally. They lent their voice to Isabella Garcia Shapiro in Phineas and Ferb, Opal in Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Kyrie in Kingdom Hearts, becoming a go-to voice in both TV and video games. Talk about versatility. And who could forget their show-stopping return in Step Up 3D in 2010, bringing the house down with those signature hip-hop routines. That same year, they also dropped into Camp Rock 2 and made a dramatic guest appearance on House, because why not tackle a medical mystery between dance rehearsals? Fast forward to 2024, and they're starring in Child Star, continuing to grow, evolve, and inspire with every role. Now 31 years old, with 1.4 million followers cheering them on, Allison's journey from Disney sidekick to multi-talented powerhouse is proof that Max wasn't just a guest at the Tipton, she was the moment. Sophie Oda as Barbara Brownstein. The super smart, quirky girl who totally had a soft spot for Cody and the sweet life of Zack and Cody. Glasses, braces, brain power. Barbara was peak academic crush material, and she stole every scene she was in. And behind that adorably nerdy role, the talented Sophie Oda. Before lighting up the Tipton Hotel with her witty one-liners and lovable awkwardness, Sophie was already making moves. She appeared in indie gems like Kung Fu-y and B Season. And fun fact, she was even a contestant on Star Search. Yep, turns out Barbara wasn't just book smart, she had pipes too. Her Disney Channel appearances weren't a one and done either. She brought Barbara back in The Sweet Life on Deck, giving fans that sweet, nostalgic aw moment when she and Cody reunited. But while her Disney peers went full pop star or superhero, Sophie took the cool, low-key route, building a resume with sharp guest roles on shows like NCIS Los Angeles, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Hawaii Five-0. Not to mention, she starred in the offbeat comedy web series Spaz Fu, showing off her comedic timing and martial arts flair, because why not be hilarious and kick some butt? Now 33 years old, Sophie may have stepped back from the mainstream spotlight, but fans still fondly remember Barbara, that brainy, bold, scene-stealing girl who made being a nerd absolutely iconic. And there you have it, from sweet sweets to stardom. These Disney icons have truly grown up in style. If this trip down memory lane gave you all the feels, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another nostalgic ride. Catch you in the next one. Until then, stay happy.